It's live.
Yes. Okay. Good evening, members. Welcome to meeting of the Council as trustee of the Sandwich Tollbridge Fund. This meeting was originally arranged for the 22nd of September. So just to point out that papers and reports are dated against that meeting, but obviously we've moved on, and today is the 8th of October. Okay, so opening up, agenda item 1, apologies for absences received.
We have Councillor Moorhouse for personal reasons, Councillor Pennington for personal reasons, and Councillor Carter is running late.
Okay.
I haven't heard from Councillor Franklin at this point.
Councillor Wiles?
Could we note that my apologies were for the postponement?
Yes, sorry.
They'll be removed.
Because I am here.
Okay.
That's fine.
Moving on to agenda item 2, declarations of interest. To receive any declarations of disclosable pecuniary interest from members in respect of business to be transacted on the agenda. Are there any to declare? No, thank you very much. Agenda item 3, we've got a number of minutes to receive and some to approve. So the first is to approve the minutes of the ordinary meeting of STC as trustee of Sandwich Tollbridge Fund held on the 16th of June 2025 and to consider any matters rising from those minutes not covered elsewhere in the agenda. And that's attachment 1A. Does anybody want to raise any comments on those minutes? And if not, is somebody happy to propose that we approve them?
I propose.
Okay, somebody happy to second?
Second.
Councillor Marie, thank you. If we go to vote on that.
All agreed?
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, the next set, and there are 3 sets, and these are to be received, and these are minutes of the Finance Committee meetings held on the 28th of May 2025, 18th of June 2025, and the 16th of July 2025. Does anybody want to raise any comments on either of those minutes? If not, is somebody happy to propose that we receive them? Councillor Breen? And somebody happy to propose that we second them? Councillor Wiles? Go to vote on those. We have 2 abstentions. Thank you very much. Finally, to receive the minutes of the Museum and Archive Committee ordinary meeting held on 30th of April 2025. Any comments on those? No? Okay, I'm happy to propose those. Somebody happy to second? Councillor Mallet? Go to vote on those. 3 abstentions. Thank you very much. Okay. Moving on to agenda item 4, public participation, 20-minute session set aside for members of the public to make representations at the meeting in respect to the business on the agenda and other matters if time permits. Do we have any requests?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, agenda item 5, we have some payment schedules to receive, and some of these have actually been taken into the finance committees for discussion, but some are actually new to this meeting. So starting first at we are being asked to receive the Sandwich Tollbridge Fund payment schedules for July 2025, and these went to the Finance Committee on the 17th of September. It's attachment 2A. Do we have any comments on that payment schedule? No. Is somebody happy to propose that we receive them? Councillor Black and Councillor Marie is seconding. Okay.
Agreed.
I'll get some votes would be good. Yes, all agreed. Thank you very much. Moving on to 5B, to receive the Sandwich Tollbridge Fund Guildhall payment schedules for May, June, July, August and mid-September. These were taken to either the finance meetings on 16th of July or 17th of September, except for the final one, which is mid-September 2025. Does anybody want to comment on any of those payment schedules? If not, somebody have to say, Councillor Wells?
I'd like to just make a general point about the number of Amazon payments.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a principle, wherever we can use local shops for these basic products, we should be doing that if possible. I'm uneasy about Amazon generally, but that's a different matter.
That's, yeah. Noted.
Okay.
Any other comments? And if not, somebody happy to propose a receiver? Councillor Marie, somebody second. Councillor Black, if we go to vote on those. And that's unanimous. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. 5C, to receive the Museum and Archives payment schedules for July 2025, and that's attachment C in the pack. Any comments on that payment schedule? If not, somebody happy to propose at the receiver? Councillor Ripley proposing, Councillor Breen seconding, and the vote. And that's unanimous. Thank you very much. Okay, still with finance, we're moving on to agenda item 6. We have bank reconciliations and budget variance reports. First couple, 6A and 6B, relate. I'll pick up 6A first. So that's to receive a bank reconciliation for Sandwich Tollbridge Fund as of April, May and June. Are there any comments on that? If not, somebody have to receive. Councillor Breen, and seconded by Councillor Fortescue. I'll go to a vote on those. Thank you very much. That's unanimous. Moving on, 6B, to receive the bank reconciliation for Sandwich Tollbridge Fund Museum as of April, May and June 2025. No comments. Proposer? Councillor Marie, seconder. Councillor Mellett. Vote. Unanimous as well. Thank you. Moving on to budget variance reports. So firstly, 6C, to receive a budget variance report for Sandwich Tollbridge Fund as of April, May and June 2025. Somebody have to propose those? This is silence. Councillor Black. Councillor Breen has seconded. And a vote. That's unanimous as well. 6D, to receive budget variance report for Sandwich Tollbridge Fund Museum as of April, May and June. I'm happy to propose those.
Second.
Councillor Marie seconding. And that's unanimous as well. Okay. So, finance investments. This is 6E, to receive a Quilter Cheviot Assets Management Monthly Investment Report as of end of April, May, June, July, and August. The September meeting of the Finance Committee, we did ask for an explanation from Quilter. I mean, we could ask for an explanation every month, but particularly for August, the performance was particularly low, and we asked for an explanation on why the poor performance had existed in August. I don't know if the town clerk has got anything to say.
I forwarded this to Councillor Black, Councillor Breen. The commentary was dated the 19th of the 9th. In August 2025, portfolio declined by 0.1%, while the comparator registered a gain of 0.4%. Our fixed interest investments performed well, as our selected gilts generally maintained a shorter duration compared to the index and consequently more resilient relative to the sell-off in longer dated gilts. Similarly, the majority of our direct shorter dated corporate bonds retained their value, although the funds detracted modestly during the period. Equities finished the month with a decline of 0.3%. This relative underperformance was predominantly attributable to our North American holdings. Notably, our largest equity investment, Microsoft, declined by 7% over the month. Other significant detractors included Intuit, -17%, Emerson, -11%, and Amazon, -11%. Conversely, our positions in Europe, Japan, and emerging markets outperformed their respective indices on a relative basis, with most constituents of our European list ending the month in positive territory. portfolio activity. During the month, we realised profits from our holding in Tesco and reallocated the proceeds to initiate a position in Marks and Spencer's, where we are observing robust growth across both food and clothing decisions. The recent cyber attack presented an attractive entry point. In Europe, we divested our holdings in Novo Nordisk, having lost confidence in the company following disappointing trial results and intensifying competition within the weight loss market. Proceeds were subsequently used to increase our holding in ING and to broaden our exposure to the banking sector. Best wishes, Sarah.
Best wishes back to Sarah. I'm not sure that really explains to me why it was so low, but however, we can go and spend the next 10 minutes of our lives chastising the performance, but I don't think it gets us any further forward today. But I do know that a small number of councillors are looking at opportunities for the future. So I personally prefer we leave that until you're able to come back and report formally into council or even into the Tollbridge Fund.
We will be coming back with some recommendations for the council to act the Tollbridge Fund to actually look at the way that we're managing these things and different approaches. I sent you the papers today. I know, I'm not suggesting you. I just thought, because you've got a deadline for Friday, but it's very much, what do you think, Hannah, what do you want to do?
Yes, okay, Councillor Anderson.
Yes, I noticed that the paper that you sent round, Councillor, and I have been involved in these discussions, but I have made comments on early drafts, but I felt that they had been entirely ignored. So I would like an opportunity to participate in the final paper and discussion of it.
Unfortunately, you were not available for the meeting we had, and we decided we had to move forward on this one. This was discussed a few days ago. I can't remember the exact date. And unfortunately, the closing date for this document is Friday?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Thursday. And I think we did take your points into consideration. And if we look at the notes.
I've noticed, actually.
Well,
I would ask you to read them again, please, Councillor Anderson.
yes.
Yeah, so we
I
could.
have looked at them.
Well,
So I accept that there may be an alternative view on this, Councillor Robertson. So what I would suggest is we're going to get an opportunity to discuss it at the finance meeting next week. Please present there. I would do, unless you've got a chance to speak to Councillor Black before he submits the report, unless he's done
well,
already. It's done.
it's been done.
Okay, that's fine. So I think time has moved on in terms of that.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will be commenting then.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you.
Sorry, could I just
Yes.
make one comment? It was interesting in what the town clerk was saying, because we've been told previously that this charitable fund that we've invested in, we didn't have sight of a breakdown. So to hear that they're investing in companies like Microsoft and Amazon is news to the council.
So we can pick that up next week as well, I think, in terms of the discussion. Taking that all on board, are we happy to receive a report? And if so, somebody have to propose to do so. Councillor Green and Councillor Black. Vote on that. Thank you. One abstention. Yes, one abstention. Thank you. Okay, moving on from the finances and agenda item 7, drawdown request from investments. Town clerk, you have to give us a summary of that one. It's attachment 4 in the pack.
Yes. So far this year, 30,000 has been drawn down from the STBF account from the investments. This is always being done in arrears, the timing of which can place pressure on the general funds. The Sandwich Tollbridge Fund requires this drawdown in line with that budgeted to cover the salaries from July to September to reimburse the town council account. Further salary costs will continue to accrue, and this will always also contribute towards these costs. Recommendations would the trustees provide a drawdown of £20,000 from investments.
Thank you. Can I take any comments before we go to a vote on that? No, it's The report suggests it's in line with the expected expenditure, so that is the request. Propose that we approve a drawdown of 20,000. Councillor Marie's approved it. Somebody second? Councillor Fortescue, go to a vote on that. And that's unanimous, thank you very much. Okay. Agenda item 8. So this is arrangements, including legal agreements with other local authorities. We have a short report in the pack. Relates to not-for-profit organisations and also businesses.
Yes, this is just, these are the following legal agreements and arrangements. The sandwich agreement with DDC relates to the Town Council and the Guildhall, and 2 Market Street is leased to DDC. Empire Cinema is leased to business. Land at the rear of the former Capital Market is leased to DDC as the car park. St Peter's Day Hall and the Social Hall are leased to business, and the White Windmill is leased to the Trust.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to propose that we receive and note the report. Councillor Marie seconded. To vote on that. That's unanimous. Thank you. Agenda item 9. This is review of representation on or work with external bodies and arrangements for the reporting back. The town clerk, are you okay to speak to this one?
The trustee is not represented on or does not work with any external bodies. While the council maintains such arrangements, it's not recommended that these be duplicated for STBF. Conflicts of interest should be considered, as trustees cannot act in their capacity as town councillors at the same meeting. This is a strong reason to avoid pursuing further representation on outside bodies.
Thank you.
Recommendations, the trustee is requested to note the information and to endorse the recommendation that no trustee seek representation on, engage with external bodies when acting in their capacity as trustee of STBF.
Okay, so I'd like to propose that we do endorse this recommendation. Somebody have to second?
Sorry, could I just ask for
sorry.
some clarification, please, because I'm speaking for Councillor Franklin, who's not here. You know, he's involved with the White Mill. I think the Deputy Mayor is involved in the cinema. So I just want clarification. Those are, I don't know whether they qualify as outside bodies or not, but if you could just clarify, please.
So,
I'm not sure I can. No trustees seek representation or engage with it. So you're able to engage with external bodies, but not as a, not in relation as you have multiple hats, basically.
Right, I'm not sure if Councillor Franklin isn't a trustee of the White Mill. I don't know.
So the whole idea is with STC, you are STC reps for each individual. So for instance, it's Folk and Out Festival and many others. Regarding the Tollbridge, the trustee doesn't have any representation on there, purely for the it used to be for the awards, the grant giving part of it, because it makes you predetermined. So if I'm a trustee as a rep for the Tollbridge Fund for the Folk and Out Festival, I'd want them to get a lot of money to provide the festival. Makes me biased, basically. Yeah. So that's why it's not allowed to.
Councillor Ross?
Yeah, I think there has been some fuzziness in the past about when we sit on these external bodies, are we there as a councillor or as a trustee of the charity? But I think this makes it absolutely clear that none of us are to be represented officially on outside bodies. We are there unofficially, but not in our capacity as a councillor. In terms of the cinema, I was involved last year with the setting up the Friends group there.
Yeah.
But that's gone, and I still have an ongoing interest in the cinema, but there's no formal delegation or representation.
So just to clarify, we have a number of representations of outside bodies as councillors, and that is agreed through the council processes of governance. This is saying that when we are wearing the hat of a trustee of the Sandwich Tollbridge Fund, we do not represent the trustee in outside organisations, and we don't have any at the moment, and this is endorsing that to Councillor.
I think we need a bit of clarification because as chair of the STBF F&GP, the property manager and I have been having a lot of almost monthly conversations with the cinema, and technically I think and on the progress that they're making, because the Tollbridge Fund actually owns the cinema.
Which is fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. This is about representation of,
Right.
of the Tollbridge Fund
Fund.
on outside bodies.
Okay.
Yeah. For
I'm
me, it
glad
was clear, but I'm happy to be,
that's clarified.
Engaging with the assets of the Tollbridge Fund, which is
what you
Yeah.
should do and will do.
Well, will do.
It's going to be the same for the Maddox fund as well. So, for instance, as I said, I'm STC rep for Folkenale. I have no voting rights on that committee. I attend there purely to report back to the council what they're doing and their progress.
Yeah.
So you can vote for X, Y, Z if you need to, because you're only reporting back to the council what that committee is doing.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Thank you. So I've already proposed that we do endorse a recommendation that no trustee seeks representation on or engages with external bodies when they're acting in their capacity as a trustee for STBF. Somebody happy to second that? Councillor Ripley, and go to the vote. It's unanimous. Thank you very much. Agenda item 10, review of procedures and policies. So we've got some draft procedures and policies to work through. Complaints procedures are first document. Is there anything that you need to say about that, or we can go straight to comments?
I
People hopefully have read
you guys
them.
have all read them, hopefully,
Yeah.
and just tell me anything.
Any comments? No? Councillor Black looks like he's going to propose that we accept them.
I was going to second, but I'll propose if you wish.
Yes. Somebody happy to second?
I do have
Oh,
one comment, just that it names the mayor, Councillor Chuka,
Mhm.
and I just wondered if that should be changed
Just to,
to the mayor.
yes,
I
I
don't know,
agree.
have we got a mayor at email
I don't think we
address?
have.
No, we haven't got a mayor address, email address.
I think we should have, yeah.
Yeah,
No, there is a mayor's email address. Lindsay, the inquiries office, we used to run it for the mayor's diary.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's not going to work because complaints can't go through the inquiries
No.
app.
I do,
So,
that may be changed to the
What
town
I'll
clerk
have to do
then.
is get in touch. I think it's a really valid point. I'll set up complaints at.
yeah.
And
Yes,
then-
that's even
Yeah.
better. That's
Yeah.
even better.
Well, that's
So
the thing.
action,
So subject to that being done,
Yes,
still happy to
I'm
propose.
still proposing that.
Yeah, I'm happy to second.
Yeah.
That's unanimous. Thank you very much. Second document is the investment policy statement. Do we have any comments on that? And if not, somebody have to propose?
Opposed?
Thank you very much. Do we have to second? Councillor Mallet? And go to the vote. And that's unanimous. Then finally, safeguarding policy. Any comments on that policy? No. Anybody have to propose? Councillor Marie,
I do
second.
wonder, under the legal framework, whether the Equality Act 2010 should not be included. I mean, I realise that this is about safeguarding children, but the Equality Act is gender and applies to all individuals. And I presume it covers children as well. And I just wonder whether it should be there.
So can we take that as an action? So if we can accept the policy as it stands, Councillor Anderson, and then we take an action to check whether it does apply to children as well. And if so, can we incorporate that, Town Clerk?
speaking with my actual teacher hat
Yes.
on, I would say that
Helpful.
we definitely should
Include
include
it.
equality.
Okay.
I think about the KCSIE guidance that I used to have as a teacher. Equality would absolutely be part of that. I don't know the specific act. Thinking about the stuff that we were doing all day, every day, that would definitely seem to me to be
Yes,
applicable.
and obviously, discrimination.
You can have protected characteristics in children just as well as
Yes,
adults.
exactly.
Okay, so if we could propose that we do accept this policy on the basis of that will be included.
Yeah.
If you find that for whatever reason, there's a reason why it shouldn't be, you will let councillors know that.
Of course. Yeah.
Somebody have to propose to accept this policy? Councillor Breen and Councillor Mallet seconding. Good vote for that. Thank you very much. That's unanimous. Moving on to agenda.
Sorry, just before we move on,
Yeah.
Mr Mayor, if I may, we've just approved 3 policies. They're all in different house styles. They don't actually set at the front
Yeah.
when the policy was approved and when it's next for review and so forth.
I have
So I
noticed
understand
that.
if you can please.
But can we do it going forward, please?
Yes, yeah, going forward and, even to take these documents and adopt them into your preferred house style.
I will
Or
try and
put a
get that.
covering page on the date stamp.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Okay. Agenda item 11, date of annual meeting of the trustee for 2026. So I've discussed this with the town clerk and we've come up with a proposed date for the annual meeting of the trustee next year. And that is 15th of June, 2026. Is anybody going to challenge that? And if so, could you explain why?
It's to note anyway.
It is to know.
Chair, so
I'm
I'll
happy to propose. we
propose
vote.
that.
Thank you, Councillor Marie. I'm happy to propose we second it, seems like a lot with it, with town clerk. And we could vote on that. Thank you very much. Okay. We'll be familiar with the next item, which is the budget template for items proposed for 2026-27. Obviously, the interim finance officer is going through a process of collating requests. So we've been asked to receive the budget template. And to note this will be used to engage with the trustee to seek details of projects and initiatives to be considered for the draft budget for next year. But there was an interesting point, and if it's the same template, the drop down that threw me as well.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about the research related costs, but nevertheless. But notwithstanding
We
that,
can do it.
we can work with it, but notwithstanding, I'd just like to inform all of the trustees that I'm working and have drafted to put forward a provisional sum of £25,000 into the Tollbridge budget next year. Given this local government reorganisation, I think we will be involved in expenses. So I just wanted to, I'm happy to accept comments either privately or whatever, but I just wanted to let people know that it's my intention to do that for both Sandwich Tollbridge Fund and for Sandwich Town Council. It's a ring fence provision. If we spend it, we spend it. If we don't spend it, we can knock it off the budget for the following year.
So we will look at that in the round with the finance discussion that will happen.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to give
No,
you the
thank you
heads up.
for raising that, but we will have to look at it alongside all the other requests. Town clerk.
May I just say, I have yet to receive any budget forms from anybody, not councillor, not officer. So please,
Mine are half written. Mine are half written.
may I have them, because otherwise the budget will be bare.
Well, it won't be. That's for sure.
These are really additional items.
Yeah, these
exactly.
are-
No, I know.
Yeah, it's
but
not the.
And we have discussed the main item, which is the main
Yes.
budgetary item, which is the HR.
Yes.
Yes, we have. We have. Very true. Okay, so I'm happy to propose that we receive the budget template. Somebody have to second. Councillor Ripley. And don't forget the deadline. I assume it's the same as yes. Is it 15th of October? So it's 1 week today. Okay.
So, can we send a reminder about what exactly we're expected to, I mean, what kind of, I'm just not aware of what.
So we have got email or emails in our box relating to this. So this is the it's replicating what we did last year. So over and above the items of expenditure that we're all familiar with, like the HR budget, etc., is what additional things are councillors wanting to have considered.
Projects and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's fine.
that's fine. Moving on to agenda item 13, the hub and sanctum in the Guildhall. Going to receive a report from the property manager, but hopefully the town clerk's going to talk to that. And we're going to be asked to receive and note the report.
This is a copy really of the report that he did, yes, for the Finance Committee, really indicating the success of the hub, and you know that it is making money against its budget, and is working really well. So, I mean, I think the detail is in the report. The sanctum, I think, is another interesting develop. Yes, sorry, to finish up on the hub, you know, there's lots going on, it's very popular, and so therefore we now have the sanctum as well, just off the main entrance hall. It has been given a lovely coat of paint and some new fresh curtains. It's nice and small. It's really cheap actually. It's only £10 an hour to hire, and people are starting to, you know, I've put a page up on the website for hire of it. So yes, so it's, you know, just beginning to generate wider interest. Yes, conclusion: the next 6 months will continue to see a growth in income, yes, and the focus for the property manager is to develop further opportunities for daytime training across other areas in the Guildhall.
Yeah, I think we might have said it at the Finance Committee meeting, but if we didn't, I'll say it here that can we pass on formal thanks to the property manager in terms of this work, because actually what he is doing exactly why we want him to be employed by us. He is looking at opportunities and generating additional income that without his involvement probably wouldn't have happened. Yeah. So we've got 2 recommendations and comments. Councillor Gray.
Sorry, can I mention one point? Has this report been put to the council as well as to the Tollbridge Fund?
No.
Because the lessee of the Guildhall is the council in its capacity as the council and in its capacity as trustee of the Tollbridge Fund.
Mm-hmm.
So really, the council are as interested in this as the Tollbridge Fund.
Yeah.
And so this report ought to be, if it hasn't already been put to the council, as the council it should be.
Yeah. Councillor Green, can you remember whether it was an agenda item? I can't remember. So would you to have the papers to go out for the next set of finance meetings next week? If the town clerk.
This was at the last finance
Yes.
meeting.
Yes, STBF Finance. Was it
Correct?
Yes. So picking up on Councillor Gray's point that the council should just be as interested as councillors, because actually we are lessee in terms of using the building. So the important thing is to have the council have the report to note as well.
Sorry, so does this want to go to the entire council or just to the committee?
What I would suggest, if Councillor Gray agrees, is that we take it to the Finance and General Purposes Committee meeting, which the papers are going out tomorrow for next Wednesday.
Yeah, and then if those are approved by the full council,
You still have to go to full
be a
council.
separate item.
And recommend it to the council.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to go to the council separately for a vote.
No.
What, from finance? And surely if the finance committee agree it, then surely it should go to full council for 16 to vote on it. Surely?
Can I suggest that every single member of the STC, F&GP committee sat and listened to the report because they were there in that meeting? So why do we need to just make them listen to it again? If it's got to go to the whole of STC, why doesn't it just go
Because
straight
you still have the council side of things and the trustee charity side of things.
So
It's 2 different entities.
The reason is when we're in this room tonight.
No,
we are
but if it's got to go
trustee.
to STC whole council, anyway, everyone's heard it already,
They
so it
have,
can just
rather
go to
than
STC.
to finance, but it's
As far as I'm concerned, we're not making a major decision here, we're continuing with something. There's no major financial decision. I think the Finance and General Purposes Committee should have enough delegated power to be able to approve it. And then the minutes of the Finance and General Purposes Committee go to the main council and the council can object if they so
we're
wish.
only going to take it to one port of call, which is a finance and general funds.
That's
I would agree absolutely with what
Yeah.
Councillor Woodman said.
It's just due process, that's what used to happen before, so.
Okay, so two recommendations. First, to continue the option 2 hybrid model on the hub, and that will be then followed up at the end of December 2025 with an update on the income. I'm happy to propose that recommendation. Councillor Back has seconded. Good vote on that. That's unanimous. And second recommendation, please, well, we've been asked nicely to note the introduction of the sanctum and obviously to book it ourselves or equally to promote it for conference calls or small meetings. So I'm happy to propose that we note that.
I'll second that as a frequent flyer in that place.
And a vote on that, please. That's unanimous. Thank you very much. Agenda item 14, museum closure. Trustee to receive a report on proposed dates for museum closure over the Christmas period. I think we've all read this, I hope. I'm happy to propose that we support that. Councillor Black first.
Can I just ask one question? Clearly, it's a long closure period, and the museum manager will be working there. Depending on the day she's working, have we made a decision about the rest of the building? Because I'm concerned if she is the only person in the building for a whole number of days working on her own.
We haven't made a decision on what the rest of the officers are doing.
That's what I thought, but
I think it's on the agenda to, I sort of looked at the dates, I can't remember which agenda, 24th of November, STC.
just my concern about.
You're right, there's a duty of care.
There's a duty of
Yeah.
care.
And so, yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
If we take that into account when we do the rest of the
Yeah.
proposals.
it's just been asked to make sure.
Could we agree that a volunteer should be in the building at the same time? Would that help?
I think we'll wait and see.
I think we should rely on the town clerk to
on
make
what
sure that
officers
all
are available
aspects.
and other staff.
Yeah.
I do think we have to take security,
Mhm.
and give it a high priority, because as councillors will know, there have been a series of museum thefts recently. And in particular, any gold item is very much at risk. The other thing is, of course, heating. If it's very cold, at the end of December, beginning of January, then cleaning the display cases in the museum might be a rather unpleasant task. If the heating isn't on.
So if we could ask that the town clerk just takes the comments and reflects on that in terms of what we will
Yeah,
discuss.
looking at the dates, I don't think it's going to be an issue.
Okay. Did we vote on that? I've lost track. Oh, we started to
You
vote.
started it, I'll
Yes.
second it now.
Yes,
without
I
amendment.
propose, councillor Black seconded and vote. Okay, thank you very much, members. So final item is date of the next STC as STBF trustee annual meeting, and that's on the 1st of December 2025. Thank you very much. Meeting closed at 7:40.
Still haven't been Councillor
39.
Franklin's planning.
Very good.
He's done it in 40 minutes once.
Keep moving.
We're an hour.